if you're new to my, I was gonna say office. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And welcome to Talent Show Tuesday. So I am excited because I'm gonna be reacting to diversity, doing a powerful performance on Black Lives Matter. Now, you know, like, we all know what is going on in the world, especially in the US, and just like all the atrocities that surrounding the African American population and community, and anybody that is deemed I guess less than, including Mexicans, you know, like Hispanics. And it's hard, you know, and I'm Mexican. I've definitely been on that side of being discriminated against, and I know how that feels. And yes, I have light skin and I could be called sometimes white passing, but I've definitely gotten that like inkling that some people don't want me there, find me less than because of my heritage and where I come from, and things that you don't necessarily have that control over. And it's not nice to treat people like that. Like, we all need to treat each other with respect and like humans. So, and everybody should be educating themselves on these issues and really putting their foot forward, not staying quiet, because quietness kills. So I am very excited to be checking this performance out, especially knowing the meaning behind it. So before we get into the video, if you guys have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any new videos. So let's get into the reaction.
Tell me the one about the virus again.
What the hell?
Please, that one's my favorite.
I don't know where.
I promise, just once more.
Okay, I'll tell you the story of how the world was before. It was a world of waste and wonder, of poverty and plenty. Back before we understood why hindsight's 2020. People came up with companies to trade across all lands, but they swelled and got much bigger than we ever could have planned. We'd always had our wants, but now it got so quick, you could have anything you dreamed of in a day with a click. Families had stopped talking, not to say they never spoke, but the meaning must have melted and the work-life balance broke. But then in 2020, a new virus came our way. The governments reacted and told us all to hide away. But while we all were hidden under orders of the Prime Minister, people dusted off their instincts and noticed something more sinister. Another disease, deep-rooted in our system. Fear, hate and ignorance, but racism was the symptom. As the world watched on, another black life gone, leaving what we thought we knew in tatters. What we thought we knew, some clearly didn't. Black lives matter.
Nobody's born racist, man, it's something you learn. Deep-rooted in your brain from the day of your birth. I think it's time that we repair all of these bridges we burned and let love out of our hearts onto the cheeks we've turned. Spread love, show love, let's get rid of this curse. Don't wait for anyone to act, man, you go first. 400 years wasted, let's get rid of this hurt, cause that's the only way we'll ever see peace on earth.
Wow. Yes.
Our diversity.
In amongst this crazy world, we found love within the madness. We clapped the heroes of the NHS, found love within the sadness. And when we finally found the cure and we were allowed to go outside, it's funny, we preferred the world we found to the one we left behind.
But why did it take a virus to bring the people back together?
Because sometimes you have to get sick, my boy, before you start feeling better.
Wow. That performance got me so emotional. It really does sum up 2020 in one performance, and just like what we could imagine and dream the future could hold, you know, like all we just want is not necessarily to go back how we used to be, you know, but be better as humanity. And it's just so sad to see how we have been, how we've been treating each other, how it takes so much injustice and so much pain and suffering for people to finally start like really like taking action and standing up for a whole community, a whole race, and stand up for them and be like, you know what, we're not gonna keep standing and pretending like it's not happening, and we are not gonna let our brothers and sisters keep being pushed down and crushed. And like it was honestly a whole circle of like just showing how people have been putting Black people down and how they have been always fighting and pushing on, and just like the imagery that they had, their dances, their movements, honestly were so amazing. I loved every single piece of it, and I just love how they were showing how they were trying to keep them back and with all these restraints, and like they had them like pulling them back, and how she just broke free and finally was free of those holds and those lashes. And like also how it took a virus, a freaking pandemic, for people to start like really taking serious, you know, like things that are so wrong in our world. And it's just crazy. 2020 has been such a crazy year, and like it really showcased the awful, like to an extreme, because these things have always been happening, but it feels like this year the mainstream media and it just like really like amplified everything that has been going on in the shadows, because everything that Black people go through has been going on for freaking so many years, decades. But it feels like now, because of social media and cell phones and everything, it's just getting more amplified in the way that it's showcased more. So people, it's so hard for somebody to ignore it, and if you are ignoring it and say it's not true, there's like seriously something wrong with you, and you really need to reevaluate your life and what you are doing with yourself. Because honestly, somebody that's just so close-minded and honestly stupid would ever deny everything that has been going on. And I am not going to be naming names and people in governments or anything, but you guys all know who and who has not been trying to sweep things under the rug, even when they're right there biting you in the face. All I can say is please go out and get informed, help out, go sign petitions, do everything in your power to help out Black Lives Matter, to help, like the black community, to help out the kids in the cages. I don't know how somebody could be so okay with putting these innocent little kids in cages. And as a little girl, I was an immigrant in the United States, and I was always so scared of getting deported or coming back home from school and finding that my parents were deported, and all that we're trying to do is work their butts out and better our lives. So I don't know how anybody could be okay and sleep okay at night knowing the atrocities that people at the borders and at these like retention camps are going through. And just help out in your community, help out all the organizations that you can, and hopefully we will see this future that was described in this performance, where everything was a lot more better than it is now.